We're going to do a video on MSFT stock, Microsoft stock, and we've got a daily chart here with a 200-day moving average. Let's take a look here in blue right here, and we can see that the price is significantly below the 200-day moving average, so we're still in a bear market in Microsoft. Interesting thing to look at Microsoft is here real quick. You'll notice that this bottom is lower than this, this bottom is higher than this bottom, and this top is higher than this top. So we're still in a distribution phase on this Microsoft stock, unless this week this price gets up in here about the 255 level. So right here, this high at 251 has got to be broken. Otherwise, we're just still in a trading range oscillating around the $232 level for Microsoft. So not to be negative, but just calling it like I see it. We put in a new bottom a couple weeks ago at $213 for Microsoft. We've had good, strong rally ever since. But the problem is it's too strong and it's too fast. We're all the way up here to 247. This bottom was put in November 4th, and here we are November 11th, and we're already up to 247. So that's a huge rally in this stock and not sustainable. In my opinion, this is overbought. It's going to sell off much like you saw this type of sell-off. You can see here, there's no density in the buying. It's just people just buying like crazy. We had a lot of density, a lot of back and filling, and we still sold off. A lot of density, a lot of people buying, and it's still sold off. So the key to looking at this and seeing if we were escaping is that notice this high, these two are lower. This is lower than this. This bottom is lower than this. This is higher than this bottom. So all these bottoms are lower and all these tops are lower. That's exactly what we're seeing here with this exception right here, which is an important exception. We're seeing we have lower highs and lower lows. Now, is this a big deal? Not really, because we put in a higher high and immediately put in a lower low. So this is still, when you have higher highs and lower lows at this range, you're still distributing the stock. This is just a fight, and they're distributing it. So we have a flat 20-day. We do have an somewhat important point here where we have a flat 20-day, and the 5-day moving average is moving above it. That's good. So as long as this price can continue to stay above the 20-day, and not break through it like it did here, then we should maybe bounce off the 20-day, come down here to maybe the 235 range, maybe a little bit higher, 237, 238-ish, and then start to rally up. If we don't see that and we break the 20-day, then this stock's still in a trading range, especially if we don't violate this 251. So if we can push past the 251 aggressively to 255, a little higher, then maybe this stock's out of its sideways range, and maybe we have a chance to attack this 269 level and put Microsoft back in a bull market. Let's take a look at the weekly and see what that looks like. This is a weekly chart of Microsoft. You can see, not last week, but the week before, it came right down here and bounced off its 200-week moving average in blue. Now that's a good sign. If it's able to hold that, and it's able to hold that, you can see all the way back here. I can't go any further. It's all the way back to 2013. If it bounces off of this and rallies back up to here, to this level here, I'm holding up to 275. If it can do that, we're still not out of it. Well, I'm going to say it's good, because this is 285 as your first resistance point up here. Anybody who bought that and held that would say that's a great rally. So I'm not negative. But the point is that this stock's not in a bear market on a weekly chart, but it has touched right at the 200-week moving average. So we need to get above this 251, which you can see that weekly high right there. Close above this weekly 20-week moving average and get up in here. So on a weekly chart, on a daily chart, it's 255. If we can get above this 265 here on a weekly chart, then we can attack this next one, which is the 285. Keep in mind, this is a good rally through here. And again, I want to say I'm not being negative, but stock could easily be in a bear market. If we don't break the 251, could easily turn it back around and challenge the 200-week moving average and push it lower. So it's really hard to say what's going on, because you haven't had a clean support and resistance from the 20-week. You'll notice it violated it here, and continued on down lower. It could do the very same thing. It could come up here to 265, violate or close above the 200-week, and sell right back down again. So it's a little tricky. It's not supporting, it's not respecting the 20-week moving average. Let's take a look at the hourly. If we take a look at an hourly chart on here, we can see the stock seriously beginning to be overbought, and it's also running smack dab into that resistance here of 251. This stock, you have this huge gap here. This is a 200-hour moving average. We're above the 5. We're above the 20-hour moving average. So it looks bullish until you say, okay, it's bullish, but how long can it go? Look at this. This went very hard, very, very consistent buying back and forth. You can see it. A lot of trading going on, and collapsed. We're right here at this 251. This is going to be a huge deal. If they don't, every single person that bought here in this 249 to 251 range is going to look to take profits right here. So they have to be overwhelmed by additional new buyers. If not, they're just going to sell it short. Because keep in mind, everybody that bought right here and still has a position, they've been underwater for a long time, weeks. So they're looking to sell out when they break even. So if this stock can get up here and then get through and get to 255, all of a sudden these people who bought this stock are now all of a sudden they're back in the money again. So you want to avoid this selling by getting a lot of buying in here. And so we'll see what happens. I think this is overbought. I think it's going to drop down. I think it's probably going to come back to about a 238 and do that Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. And then we'll have to check and see what's going on. If it breaks down below its 200-hour moving average again, then clearly the stock's back in a trading range. I mean, there's just really no other way to describe that. So this is a key point, this 251 on Microsoft for next week, this week coming up starting the 14th of November. Let's take a look and see what RBAM Research says about it. Let's put this ticker in here. Let's see if RBAM has anything from Microsoft for the week of November 11th. Where is it? It's got to be here somewhere, because we definitely cover it. It's got no buy prices for Microsoft for the 14th of November, and we'll see what happens, but the algos say it's not a good buy for tomorrow. Let's go down and see what the 30-day trend following system says. You can get access to all this, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Microsoft down here, interesting, on a 30-day trend following system with buy flats and shorts, and it's showing Microsoft flat for tomorrow, which is really interesting. Keep in mind, this is not an intraday. This would be a trend following system where you, assuming your own analysis says it's a good idea, you buy tomorrow or sell, short, whatever, and hold it for 30 days, get out at a loss at the end of 30 days, or take your profits as soon as you get them. And it's showing flat for tomorrow, the 14th of November. So that's really interesting. You'll also notice it's showing flat for the S&P 500, flat for Apple, short for Tesla at 196, and flat for more than I've seen it show in a long time. So flats on the trend following for Microsoft for tomorrow the 14th. You can get access to everything we put out every morning before 7 a.m. It's a free trial, no credit card required at ourbamresearch.com. Link in the description below. You just head over there, put in your email address, get instant access to 190 stocks, the major forex pairs, and the most liquid futures contracts, all updated Monday through Friday by 7 a.m. Crypto is currently suspended. Keep in mind, everything you've seen and heard on here is for entertainment purposes only. You definitely trade at your own risk. You can't use our entry prices or commentary for anything other than entertainment. You should always do your own analysis. If you like this video, please click the like button. If you want to subscribe, please do that as well. And if you have a ticker symbol you want us to do a video on, please leave it in the comment section below and we'll consider doing it.